there, thanks for joining me for Bible journaling. Today we're going to be working on day 186 on our Encourage a Moment to Breathe devotional. I'm going to be using this adorable Mo's digital pencil image called Bronte Kisses, and I printed that out at 85% of the original size. And then I'm going to be using from TheHungryJPEG, the fonts there is called the subject, and then the subject sans. The swirly one is I printed at 48, and the sans one I printed at 36. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color my image with some Derwent Inktense pencils today. And if you missed it, at the front of the video I put a little card that states all of the colors that I used on today's image in case you would like to pick up this image and color it in your Bible and use the same colors I used. I do not mind if you want to go ahead and do the exact same image and the same title on your Bible page that I did. That doesn't bother me one little bit. So if you want to go ahead and do that, that is completely fine with me. So let's go ahead. We're going to be working in Psalms 56:8 today. And our verse says, "You yourself have recorded my wanderings. Put my tears in your bottle. They are not in your book." So since today's verse was about tears, my thought for the girl there was, even though she's not crying, she looks like she's kind of sad, and the little Bronte puppy there is giving her some sympathy and some lovin's that she needs because she's upset. So I'm going to go ahead and give her some tears at the end so that she can look like she's crying. I know my Mr. Hermes, I have a dog called Mr. Hermes, and whenever I'm upset and crying or just feel down, he's always there to give me a pick-me-up. So that was my idea behind the little girl here today who is emotionally having a problem today. So let's go ahead and read our story. "I have cried more in the past 3 weeks than I have since my mother's death, and that was a long time ago. Emotions? Threadbare. Sleep. Fitful at best. And it's embarrassing to admit the why of it, because if I play the comparison game, it's not a good enough reason to justify my fragility. I'm not facing illness or financial trouble. My marriage and my children are doing well. In fact, the why of it is ultimately good. We sold our house. But packing up and purging the house my children will remember as home, the place destined to inhabit their dreams when their minds drift back to childhood, undid me. We've been married 30 years now. Our babies are grown. Downsizing to a much smaller house forced decisions I didn't want to have to make. To toss anything felt personal, as if I were saying that memory didn't matter. Suddenly, everything mattered, and I was paralyzed by emotion and indecision. And just about anything could trigger an emotional breakdown. I was grieving a certain kind of loss, and I cried a lot and instantly felt guilty. But then it hit me. Crying wasn't a weakness. It was simply cathartic. Every tear tells a story. Tears are a way for the body to express itself when words aren't enough. They're a gift. It's important to listen to what our tears are saying. They aren't arbitrary. Some things in our home would trigger a memory that caused me to cry, then laughed almost at the same time. Though I felt crazy at times, I paid attention and began to understand what all those tears were telling me. Selling our house is a threshold from one season to the next. It's a final letting go of one thing to be free to grasp another. These tears are evidence of a great love and for a life that has meant something special, even important. So our moment to breathe today says, the psychology of tears is amazing. Did you know they're protein-rich and antibacterial? Let's begin to listen to our tears and see them as evidence of a heart that loves and cares. Oh, I love that story. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of days where I just cry for, apparently I definitely have a reason, but it feels like there's no reason at all. And you just get upset. I know a lot of times since we've adopted Lexi that's not really what I had planned for my life in general. So it's super duper hard that we have to start over, and I love her dearly. But you have to start over, and it's hard being a mom with a young child compared to, getting to do what you want when you want. You have to put all that stuff away, and you have to go to school functions, and you have to make sure they eat breakfast, and you got to make sure they go to bed early. And it just causes a lot of strife, I guess, in my life and stress. So I spend a lot of time upset and crying and just emotionally drained, I guess. And I'm working through that. Me and the Lord are working through these problems, and someday I'll come to an understanding and it'll all work out in the end. But some days it doesn't feel like it's ever going to work out. I don't know about you, if you ever have days like that, but I definitely have days like that where my anxiety level is over the top and I don't see any way out of it. And most of the time I just go back to bed. I know, crazy, right? So here I'm going to go ahead and I've printed out my title on some sticker paper and I'm going to put it together. I like the sticker paper because you can print out all these pretty swirly fonts, because I can't write like that. My writing is terrible. But you can print out these gorgeous fonts and then you can stick them on your page wherever you want. And it turns out great. And I kind of made it so that each little word there was a different, like I had the subject font there in the swirls. I really like that writing one, but then there's a sans one too that will make it stand out a little bit better. So today I didn't, I did all my coloring before I prepped the page because I thought I would try that out and see how it went. I didn't really like it because it still wrinkled the page, and then I ended up smearing the writing or the coloring a little bit at the end, so I'll definitely gesso it from now on, but I just thought I'd give it a go this time. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish up with some journaling here. I hope you had fun. If you have a question, leave me a comment down below and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you are having a fabulous day. Oh, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you like the video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the little bell next to that so you'll get notified whenever I upload a new video. So have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.